What's up gamers, in today's video I'm going to be comparing a dragon versus our father. Since both of them are just around the corner, I've had a lot of people ask me who they should pull for. So in today's video I'll be comparing their free to play levels, who is easier to play, who is easier to build, and so much more. Also make sure to join the Discord for a surprise. Anyway, since I hate long intros and I know you probably do too, let's get straight into the video. So let me start off by saying that Neuvillette is already one of, if not the best DPS in Genshin at the moment, and if you like his playstyle and like him as a character in general, just pull for him. And Arlecchino isn't out yet, but looks like a very promising DPS character. So if you're like 99% of the Genshin Impact community and like her, then pull for her. I'm not stopping you. Go ahead and blow your primo load on anyone you want. But anyway, in terms of ease of use, I'm going to give the point to Mr. Neuvillette. The reason why is because he's just a super basic character to play. All you really need to do is his skill, support stuff, his burst, and then just spam charge attacks. And his charge attacks aren't like Hu Tao's where his animation gets in the way and you have to continuously cancel them. He just shoots out a Kameyamama. And also does a lot of damage. The fact that he can self-heal himself for a lot when he collects these glorious big blue shiny balls also makes him pretty safe, and he's not constantly on the brink of death like a certain someone. While for Arlecchino, her gameplay is a little bit more complicated than Neuvillette's and requires more steps that could mess up her rotations or her damage in general if you mess them up. And last time I checked, you can change your mouse's DPI to max and spam charge attacks with Arlecchino, and it actually works. Anyway, now it's time to talk about who has more FTP friendly teams. The answer to the question is Arlecchino. She has a few different team options like Double Hydro Vape, Overload, Mono Pyro, and Neuvillette also has a few different team options, but one of his best teams is with him, Furina, Kazuha, and Zhongli. And right off the rip, you and your grandma can easily tell that this is not the most free-to-play friendly team. It literally consists of only 5-star characters, while if you compare another one of Arlecchino's best teams like an Overload team, you can see that it's way more free-to-play friendly than Neuvillette's. Even though this is just one of his best teams, he has other teams, but from the FTP point of view, they mainly consist of just one 4-star, like a team with Neuvillette, Furina, Charlotte, and Kazuha, or a team with Neuvillette, Kazuha, Xiangling, and Zhongli. But those still aren't very free-to-play friendly as compared with this Arlecchino team, or this. So for overall more free-to-play friendly teams, I would say Arlecchino takes the win. Neuvillette for sure has free-to-play friendly teams, but they aren't going to be his actual best teams. But if you have a lot of his best teammates, then it's very easy to slide him in teams with them because of his flexibility as he scales off HP and his Hydro, which is one of the best elements in the entire game. Speaking of flexibility, let's talk about who's easier to build and who is more flexible in general. And this point is obviously going to Neuvillette. As I said before, he is an HP scaler and Hydro, so obviously he's going to take the win. He can pair insanely well with Furina, who is one of the best characters in the entire game because of his insane healing. And sometimes you don't even need a healer in his teams with Furina because this self-healing is enough. His flexibility is also in his gameplay because he is more fit for a lot of different scenarios in the Abyss because of his long range normal attacks and high damage, while Arlecchino doesn't have the best range. She is built like most DPS characters we have in Genshin right now and doesn't have as much diversity as Neuvillette. But with that being said, they're still pretty good DPS characters, and they actually both have a problem with getting interrupted while in combat, which can be annoying for both characters without a shielder, but they can both find a way. Oh yeah, if you're enjoying the video, go on to like, subscribe, and join my Discord down below. I actually hosted a giveaway which ended yesterday, and I've been talking about it for a while. If you didn't enter the giveaway, I recommend you join right now because I'm going to be hosting another one pretty soon, and you don't want to miss out on it because who doesn't like getting free stuff? I know I do. We also have a super fun community there. We like to make jokes, talk about Genshin, Honkai Star Rail, and so much more. The people in the community also made their own cult with sus names like this and this. So if you want to put your creativity to the test, make sure to join the Discord. I'll even rate your name on a scale of 1 to 10. The link will be in the description and the comment section because I like to make things easy for you. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's talk about artifact sets. Some people are really serious with their resin, and if a character doesn't have a good artifact set that can be used on multiple different characters or is in a domain with another good or decent artifact set, they might not want to pull for that character. So this section of the video is very important to them. Let's start off with Neuvillette's best in-slot artifact set and his artifact domain. His best in-slot set is Marcesi Hunter, and this is because his main source of damage is primarily from charge attacks, and the fact that his HP decreases a lot and he uses his source water droplets to heal himself works perfectly with this set's bonuses. This set's 2-piece gives 15% charge attack damage bonus for free, which is good for him, and the 4-piece piece increases the wearer's crit rate by 12% for 5 seconds every time the user's HP changes. It stacks up to a max of 3 times, and it's very easy to proc for Neuvillette because of the way his kit works. This set ends up giving him 36% crit rate basically for free, allowing you to use a more offensive build on him while giving 15% charge attack on top of that for even more damage. This set alone is super strong for not just Neuvillette, but also for other characters like Hu Tao, Lenny, Risley, and so much more, which is why it's super resin efficient. At that point, I wouldn't be surprised if Hoyoverse gave it its own domain. Speaking of domains, it's paired with another very good set, Golden Troop. Golden Troop is best in slot for so many different characters like Furina, Yamiko, and Fischl, because they do nearly all of their damage through their elemental skill. And this set's 2-piece increases their elemental skill's damage by 20%, which is actually really good for them. And then its 4-piece gives another 25% elemental skill damage bonus, giving you a free 45% elemental skill damage bonus. But that's not all. It gives another 25% skill damage increase when the character is off field, meaning that from this set alone, any character that uses their elemental skill as their main source of damage can gain 70% more damage if they're off field and 45% more damage if they're on field, which is genuinely just insane. And the fact that this set is paired with Marasasi Hunter in the same domain is just very overpowered, and therefore it gives this domain my approval. And then there's Arlecchino's domain, which is Her best nostal artifact set is focused on Bond of Life, which we all know has only been used in one character's kit, which of course is Arlecchino. Surprise, surprise. So right off the bat, it's not going to work well with all the characters we have right now. Even if they use weapons that can allow some sort of Bond of Life use, it's still not going to be great on them. Anyway, as of right now, its 2-piece gives 18% more attack, which is always appreciated, and then its 4-piece increases the active character's damage dealt by 18% when the value of Bond of Life is increased or decreased for 6 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. It's basically Marasasi Hunter 2.0, but instead of increasing crit rate, it increases the character's damage dealt, and instead of HP, it's Bond of Life. I think that this set is definitely good for Arlecchino, but as of right now, it's not very resin efficient because only Arlecchino really appreciates its benefits. But I do think that in the future, as more characters come out, Hoyoverse is going to make them incorporate Bond of Life in their kit and make this set way more resin efficient. But as of right now, just from this set alone, it's not very resin efficient, but maybe the other set will justify for it. Its 2-piece gives 18% attack, and its 4-piece gives 50% damage bonus after 3 seconds have passed since being in the combat state. And if there is no enemy burning for 6 seconds, then the 50% damage bonus got from just being in combat goes down by 10% per second. And if there's a burning enemy, then it goes up by 10% each second until it reaches the 50% mark. And to be honest, this set doesn't look too bad. It just revolves around the burning reaction, which can be very scary. Anyway, in the comparison of who has a more resin efficient domain, the winner is Mr. Neuvillette. His main artifact set and domain are just much more resin efficient than Arlecchino's, so that's why he gets the point. Anyway, to conclude this video, I do think that both Arlecchino and Neuvillette are amazing deepest characters. At the end of the day, pull for whoever you like, because I still think that both of them can beat the Abyss really well, which is the main endgame content in Genshin, and it seems like Hoyo just doesn't want to give us more. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, why not like, subscribe, and join my Discord down below. It's a super fun community, and I would love to have more amazing members joining. I also host giveaways from time to time, so if you're interested in getting free stuff from me, then why not join? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.